Today was race 11 of 12, the Lytham Remembrance Day 10k. Before I get started, big shout out to John and Jane who I met just before the start. Get in touch and we'll organise a run sometime. So today the conditions weren't great, first of all, and that is not the race organiser's fault. There's nothing you can do about the weather. The route isn't brilliant. It takes you from where the windmill is at Lytham at St Anza, sort of down the front, along a side street, down the front again, turn round and come back. Not the best route I've ever done in my life. There were a few marshals out, not particularly enthusiastic, it has to be said. Maybe the odd one was. There were no toilets on the route. The parking was supposedly in the streets nearby, but when we got there, all the parking was taken up. We ended up parking at least a mile away, and we had to run to get to the start to get his race numbers, which we just about got, so we missed the 2-minute silence at the old for Remembrance Day. About the only thing that they did get right today is their announcer was great. She did a great job. But yeah, it wasn't a good race. I don't think I'd do it again. And then when I got to the end, there was a queue of 200-300 people waiting to get the medal because they didn't have enough medals. Now, I've never organised a race. I don't know what goes into it or how complex it can get. But I know simple maths. If you've got 1,000 people entering a race, you need 1,000 medals. Not 600, not 700, 1,000. So I don't understand how could this have possibly have happened. But it was howling with wind and rain. And in the end, I thought, do you know what? I'm not waiting for medal. Sod that. And I got my coat and my bag and we went left. So I was just disappointed, really. It could have been so much better with just a tiny bit of change here and there. The bag drop, it was undercover like a gazebo. And again, the weather's not their fault. But when I got there, it had all been trampled on by people. Some of the other people that were with us, they had the same. Their hoodies had been trampled, jackets had been stood on by people getting their bags to leave. Yeah, I just think it could have been better. And then, obviously, you've got to make the way back to the car, which is, at least a mile, like I say, and you're freezing cold. But it is what it is. I didn't have the best race myself. I did all right, I suppose, under the circumstances. But I think 4 out of 10 is probably fair for the race overall. In fact, if anything, that's a bit generous. And for a hill rating, they're going to get a -1 because the entire thing was flat, which is unusual when you come from places like where I come from. So anyway, so we've got 11 races down. It is what it is. It's all over. We've got one to go, and that's the Tolkien Trail in December. So I will see you all then.